Hi, and welcome to another episode of Gwen Talks. What I'm really excited about today is that we've been doing this series behind the scenes, getting ready for the 5th Annual GWEN Luminary Awards in concert. And I've been able to sit down with all the award honorees behind the scenes leading up to the concert and award ceremony. But I've yet to be able to sit down with my co-host. We've talked on Zoom a few times. I've gotten to see her beautiful face, but I haven't been able to meet her in person. I want to do a shout out to Simon Godwin, who is on our team in Abuja. He's boots on the ground. He's the most fabulous producer and dear friend, and he's the way that I got to Naomee. And welcome, Naomee. I'm so glad to have this time with you so we can give the audience and the viewers and the fans of all the award honorees, including your fan base, a chance to get to know you a little better and to have a chat between us before our big day on December 12th. So hi.
Thank you so much, Tess. Thank you. All right.
So
thank you so much. Yeah.
So tell me, how did there's so much I want to know about you. How did you get involved in your radio show? Because I know you're a radio host, and we'll talk about that. And you're dabbling a little bit in music as well. So I'd love to hear about that too.
All right. So for me, my journey into radio actually started from music. Like I always get to tell people that radio, music, and everything, they are pretty much very connected. And I started out as, like a very young person who was very excited about music. I used to play my guitar on the streets of Nigeria, very excited and always very happy about music. And somehow I got into radio because I went to a radio station to promote my music. And when I got to the radio station and I got to interact with the presenters at that radio station, I was very excited about what they were doing, and I sort of picked up interest and I wanted to do radio. And that's exactly how I found myself hosting programs and shows on radio, and I've been very excited about that. So far it's been a very beautiful experience for me.
That's wonderful. When did you start playing guitar?
I didn't get that.
When did you first start playing guitar?
Oh, I started playing guitar when I was in secondary school. That has been a very long time, over 10 years actually. Yes.
Oh, that's wonderful. Music is such an intricate part of our life. It brings cultures together, it brings people together. I love, music is what is the glue to me in the entire world. So tell us about your radio show. I know you host many things, but what's your most favorite radio show segment that you've done so far?
Well, for me, I'm very interested and very excited about talking on radio. But most importantly for me, I believe that I shouldn't just be on radio. I should be able to give back to the society. And what makes me very excited about the things I talk about on radio basically are the things that have to do with Nigerians, that affect the livelihood of Nigerians. So being a morning show host, on radio, I would love to talk about politics. I'm very excited about politics. It's funny. So I love to talk about politics. I love to talk about, human interest issues are always one of the things I'm very interested in talking about. And of course, I do a bit of entertainment, which is always very exciting for me. So yeah, so all of these together form what I talk about on my radio show.
That's wonderful. I try to stay away from politics, especially these days, because everything's so on the edge right now. So we'll refrain from talking about politics this time around, but maybe next time I'd love to dive into the political nature of our world and the importance of politicians really being able to be of service to their communities rather than the communities being of service to them. And I know that could be across colonies and nations, that should be the way that we elect these people so they can be a service of humanity. So we'll talk about that soon. I would love to talk about the different organizations that we're going to be able to impact in Nigeria. I spent the first 2 months of 2020 in Nigeria. I got back to the States just in time for the lockdown. And I can't wait to get back and be able to dive in and reintroduce myself into the culture and also really dive deep into the funds that we're going to be able to raise from our fundraiser. So there's so many different avenues. Have you had a chance to look at the different programs that we're going to be able to fund, or can I share them with you and you can tell me what you're feeling?
I've been able to find time to go through it, from education issues, from human rights issues, and a whole lot. And I believe that, this is something that the world needs right now. And it's such a very, for me, it's very, very interesting seeing that Gwen is going all out to put all of this together to reach out to people and to raise funds and be able to having the likes of Tubaba in Nigeria. I watched a video he did last time and I was super excited about it. I really, really can't wait to, have all of this happen and have everybody come together to work towards making our world a better place. Yeah,
absolutely. So we'll go through the programs that we're going to be funding, but to mention the post from Tubaba the other day, it just still gives me chills. I feel so honored to be working with the Tubaba Foundation and the Tubaba team, and obviously Two-Face Idibia, the same person, obviously. He's such a generous spirit, that he is donating his time and his resources to be able to bring up what he believes in. And we're going to help build a music school. He's already started it in Lagos because music education is so important. And then also we're going to be doing some work. We've already identified a couple of the IDP camps. For those of you that don't know, IDP is internal displaced persons, which is a lot of other times we refer to it as refugee camps. And there's been so much turmoil in Benue State, which he was born and raised in. And so we've identified an IDP camp where we're going to be able to help in the village. We're still trying to identify what we're going to do there, but I'm really excited. We're probably going to be building a couple of houses through General Morgan's company and a tech center as well. So I'm very excited about that. And then also Bongo Zikwe is from Benue State too, and he's our legendary honoree of the word too. So tell me about your feeling growing up watching Two-Face rise and Bongo Zikwe being this legend from your musical point of view. I'd love to hear a story about your point of view on that.
For me, Bongo Zikwe is somebody that I grew up listening to. I had my dad. My dad was so into his music. My dad was a very huge fan of Bongo Zikwe. So growing up, I sort of loved his music. I could sing a lot of his songs. And it's funny, I've had him on my radio show before. Several years ago when I started as a rookie on radio, I was so excited when I had, Bongo Zikwe come on my show. And then it was interesting when I told him that day that, hey, Papa, that's what I call him. I'm also a music artist. I love music. I make music. I write songs. And he was so excited. So he had a show in my town that night. And you would be very surprised. He asked me to come over and perform with him that night. So I followed him after so I actually followed him for the show that night. And I sort of did a bit of music around with him, doing a bit of backup and singing with him. And I was so excited. I'm sure he may not even remember that, but for me, it meant everything. And, seeing somebody like Bongos from the other generation and then having Tubaba from this generation, having a combination of the old and the new generation. I'm so excited. And I also hear from grapevines that Tubaba and Bongo Zikwe have something fresh coming out very soon. They actually, I think they need a song together. And I'm looking forward to that. Obviously, I can't wait for that.
Yes, I got to interview Bongos, who's part of this Gwen Talks series, which you can click on another video and listen to his interview. And it is so amazing and awe-inspiring. I can't imagine what it would be like as a young woman to go and perform with him on stage. I definitely bet and guarantee that he remembers you. You're unforgettable. So I'm sure he remembers. And the way that he impacted your life is so important. We'll have to share that story with him again. And yeah, I heard that they're going to come out with some kind of thing. And he's also working with his daughters too on a song. So that's fantastic. So talk about watching Two-Face and his growth and watching him come onto the scene.
Well, for Two-Face Idibia, for the kind of music he does, I love what he does. I love how he tells stories. And you would see him doing everything he can consciously speak to the minds of the people, make music that would change the generation and change Nigeria and change the world. And at the same time, make music to make people happy and make people dance. And he has such a beautiful side to him when he's not even on stage. He's such a funny person. I've followed his music through from African Queen to lots of songs that he's been dropping for us. And I think that Two-Face is someone that I'm personally looking forward to on the show. Apparently, I am looking forward
I
to it.
can't wait to. I love the fact that you brought up the generational music blend, because we brought that over on the American side as well. So I'm sure, because you're a music buff, you are very familiar with the legendary Miss Dionne Warwick. And it's such a pleasure to have her in my life right now. She's just such an inspiration. And she also, being of the same age category as Bongo Zikwe, she's done a lot of things in the world with regard to humanitarian efforts. So that's what Friends are for. Her and Stevie Wonder and Gladys Knight and all these other beautiful celebrities came together and donated their royalties to be able to raise money for AIDS research and AIDS people that were surviving from AIDS, and those, just for research in general. And her big mission right now is hunger. So we're going to be able to open up and show the audience on December 12th all the programs that we're going to be able to do. And I'm really excited for Dionne. And then we also have a few young artists in the United States side that don't have visible recognition yet on the global scale, but hopefully through our broadcast, people will get to know their music and get to bridge over into Africa as well, because I know Africa has such a huge impact in the global scene as far as how music is breathed. But you guys are also very welcoming to other kinds of music coming in. When I've gone there, I've been so surprised that country music is so popular there. It's so wild.
For people, when I get to interact with friends and folks from other countries, and they just think Africa is just somewhere, just caves, and you just see, men without clothing and stuff, and they don't listen to good music. I mean, that's not true. That's not true. We vibe to good music. We listen to hip hop. We listen to country music. We listen to R&B. We listen to soul. We listen to reggae. And of course, we have our Afro beats, and we always cannot wait to vibe to good Afrobeat music. So for us in Nigeria, we love good music. We make good music. We listen to amazing music as well. And country music is good music, so we listen to country music.
I totally agree with you on all the things said, because I've been doing work in Africa for the last 20 years, and I love African music. And we also know that the African roots and the African music was what brought over to the world to start R&B and blues and rock and all those different music genres. It was just a surprise to me that there was the country station. One of my drivers in one of the countries, I think it was Ghana, just kept playing country and country music over and over again. And I wanted to listen to African music. I wanted to listen to Peace Corps. I wanted to listen to all the different, and Two-Face. I wanted to listen to the African music. And I thought that they were playing the country music because I was this American in their car. And I would say, you can switch it to African music. And we finally, after days, would realize that they really loved country music. And I love country music too. But it was just a fun little discovery and a cultural exchange that was really fun.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you now, you love country music. Do you listen to Afrobeat music? Do you love Afrobeat?
I do. I love Afrobeat music. I love African music. I love Africa. Otherwise, I don't think I would be going back for 20 years and doing just.
When next I get to reach out to you, I'll create an amazing Afrobeat playlist and share it with you. I'm sure you would love it.
That would be so beautiful. I can play it on my walks and I can dance around the house, because all of us, we don't have gyms open. We don't have places to go. And I need my Afro beats, and we'll create a little exercise show. The Naomee and Tess Exercise to Afro Beat show. It could be a show not to miss. So I'm really excited about December 12th. We're closing in on those days. These interviews will be going up this week, which is the week of, who even knows what day it is? It's November 22nd. Oh my gosh. So in a few short weeks, we're going to be unveiling this beautiful performance and awards and philanthropy and being able to come back to Nigeria and support the programs there. So let's just go over that a little bit so people are getting excited about what they're going to be able to help fund through the tickets. The tickets are 2,000 naira in Nigeria and about $5 in US. We're going to be on stageit.com, which is a big global concert platform. So many people can go there and we won't crash the system. We also have live auction items, which we'll talk about as well. And then the programs are going to support Dr. Elijah Ate, who's the founder of African Women Leadership Organization. I'm so honored to be a member of that organization. And I want to bring you in to be a member too. I think you would they would benefit from your connection and passion, but I think you would benefit from them as well. It's a beautiful organization. So there's already a grassroots program starting with them doing Say No to Rape, which are women bringing pamphlets into villages so that the children know that they can say no, that their rights to their bodies, that they cannot no longer tolerate rape anymore. And they're also educating the men of the villages and the townships to say, you cannot do this anymore. So it's a very serious topic. They've done it on a grassroots level. So with the fundraising, we want to be able to take those women and give them the power to bring those pamphlets to other villages so that they can help spread the word and make that into a solid program throughout Nigeria and then throughout Africa. Also, yes, I'm really excited about that. And then GWEN is also partnered with the Water Bearers, and they do clean water and rain encatchment. The big rain things, during the rainy season, and then the water filters will be able to bring pure water into a village. And we brought these filters into a village in Ghana. It is so joyful to see the look on these people's faces that have never tasted clean water. And clean water is a human right. So we picked a village in Niger Delta where we're going to be doing the rain encatchment container and the water filters. And then that pilot program will spread throughout Nigeria for clean water. Then one of our other award recipients is Dame Julie Okadonle, who is the Director General of NAPTIP. And so they have 10 offices around Nigeria. And with those offices, they have shelters for women and young girls. And sometimes, boys get taken into sex trafficking and human trafficking as well. So they have a rehabilitation program. So we're going to help work on that, bring funds into their program so that we can collectively take down this multi-billion-dollar global epidemic, pandemic, horrible situation of human trafficking. We need to bring more light onto the topic and be able to bring solutions. And NAPTIP does a wonderful job in Nigeria. So I'm really happy about bringing up the funding and help to them. And then we have in Kaduna, Zaria, we've identified a hospital so that we could actually provide surgeries. We have a couple of doctors that are going to provide surgeries to do VVF corrective surgeries from fistula, because a lot of the young girls in northern Nigeria are forced into early child marriage. And that kind of education and bringing everyone together will be really important to be able to stop that and provide these surgeries, which is only $50, 50 US dollars. It doesn't take much on the American side to say, my $50 will save a girl's life, because it's a very simple surgery. So I'm really excited about that. And then we have the music schools I mentioned with Two-Face Idibia and the IDP camps. And then there's a beautiful children's home in Abuja that's near and dear to my heart. So we're going to be doing some renovation there. So I'd love to be able to find out what you would like to do in a humanitarian thing, because I'm envisioning that so much money is raised that we get to be able to bring our team members together and say, Naomi, what would you like to see supported in Abuja or in your hometown, wherever that might be? Like, where were you raised, and what would be something that we could maybe look at to help fund?
Okay, so I was born and raised in a place called Otigbo in Benue State, Nigeria. Of course, Bongozikwe is from the same place. And then I understand what happens in that place. Living and growing up in that place, I saw a lot. I don't go home every time, but every single time I go home, I see that there are lots of people on the street. For me, for a place like Otubo, where I come from, I see lots of young people who are very talented. You see them using very local tools and their hands to make shoes. And they create very fantastic, amazing, and beautiful shoes without, help from the government or anybody. They just try to empower themselves and make these amazing shoes. And sometimes when I see them, I'm really amazed at how much they'd be able to do if only they are able to get proper support or somebody who would go and teach them or train them properly on how to do these things. So I believe that for me, that's just an example of something that I've always had in mind. And I know that someday I'm going to really see how I can empower young people in my community to make them better. So for me, that's something I want to pay attention to.
Well, let's put a proposal and a budget together offline and talk about that, because it's in Benue State, which is one of our states that we're supporting. So that would be really wonderful. I'd love to be able to support that dream and see those children and people getting jobs and being able to create economic relief too.
Thank you. That'd be very fantastic.
All right. So there you have it. We're going to do that with Naomee. That's wonderful. I'm so excited about December 12th, and we're going to be co-hosting this from Hollywood to Nollywood. And we have all the stars lining up. We have the tickets went on sale a couple of days ago. So we're going to help spread the word. And the merchandise that Tubaba's team created with Represent is so amazing. Hold My Hand is one of the campaigns, which is this beautiful illustration of a black and white hand holding hands, because you and I are perfect representation of holding hands across the nations to be able to bring light and love and relief to people. We need to really focus on love right now more than anything. What the world needs now is love, to quote Leon's song. And the other campaign is a beautiful image of a hand reaching down, a person pulling up the other person to the top of a mountain. And that campaign is called The Power of One. And that is actually a movie that Idibia starred in. It was released in 2018, and Two-Face had a cameo in it. And we're going to be able to have, some great resurgence of the power of one. They want to do a whole program and a movement about the power of one, how one person can join with one other person, and how that spreads, and how we can really bring a lot of relief to the people in the world. So I'm looking forward to it. Tell me what you're feeling about being a co-host on this plan. I know that we're going to be filming soon, and I'm really excited. So blessed to know you. And again, a shout out to Simon. So tell me, what are you feeling about hosting this beautiful show?
I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the show. And I'm super excited. To be very honest, I'm extremely excited about the opportunity. And I'm so grateful. Thank you. And thank you to the entire team for finding me worthy all the way from Nigeria to be a part of this very great and amazing event. Of course, I'm excited about it. And I can't wait for it to happen. And for you, Tess, I think that you're one of the most exciting people I've had to interact with. There's something about Tess. Every time you talk with her, you interact with her, she just brings so much vibe and life into it.
Oh, well, it's a mirror reflection upon you. I just am so blessed to be in the world during this time, doing God's work and meeting people like you, and the fact that we're going to be able to have smiles on their face. Oh, you froze for a minute. Yes, you froze. Yes, keep going. Sorry.
For a minute. All right. So I was saying that for you, Tess, I'm really excited about co-hosting the show with you, because you bring so much vibe, you bring so much life, you bring so much excitement. I just can feel the excitement in your voice every time I talk to you. And that's enough to inspire me to want to be a part of it, not minding anything. And I'm so excited about this. So thank you very much. I look forward to hosting the show with you.
I love it. And it's a mirror of a reflection of how excited I am every time I talk to you. I just think it's really wonderful that we are able to work together across nations to be able to bring all this love to the table. You know, Dionne Warwick's song, What the World Needs Now, is having such a big re-hit. You know, we're going to be premiering that, her new video in our show. So what the world needs now is love, sweet love. And I love our new blossoming sisterhood, and co-hosting this together is going to be quite fantastic. And in the next couple of weeks, we're going to spread the word and get those tickets sold and get millions of people to listen and to tune in. It'll be 8 p.m. West African time, and it'll be 11 a.m. Pacific time here. And it'll be 2 o'clock for the fans in the East Coast. And then what's really exciting, because it's Dionne Warwick's 80th birthday, and they're doing a special birthday for her. So 12/12 is her 80th birthday. So we start at 11 o'clock in the morning, and at 4 p.m. Pacific time, they're doing a big, huge Zoom celebration. So we want to invite people to go and buy tickets for her celebration, because that's going to have Stevie Wonder, Clive Davis, Quincy Jones, you know, just oh my gosh, so many stars are involved. I can't even begin to think about all of them, but it's going to be a really great celebration for her. And also, the charity that they're supporting is Hunger Not Impossible, and that's one of the ones that we're supporting as well within our fundraising on the United States side, which is helping to feed hungry people during COVID and beyond. Hunger is a very important human right, obviously, and it's very near and dear to Miss Warwick's heart. So we're going to be honoring that. Now, you look at the time difference. We're doing our show at 8 p.m. in Nigeria, and you all are 9 hours ahead. So it might be people, if they want to chime into Dionne's birthday celebration, it might be early in the next morning on Sunday, but it's well worth it to be able to do that. So I'm looking forward to talking to you again between now and our big day. And roll out the red carpet, and we're ready to go. Naomee and Tess taking our act on the road. Yay. So thank you again for joining Gwen Talks, and check out the other videos in the 2020 GWEN Luminary Awards series, because you're going to have interviews, in-depth conversations, just like with Naomee and I, with Miss Dionne Warwick, Bongo Zikwe, Dr. Elijah Tay, Dame Julie, and on and on. So thank you again. Please get your tickets now. They're only 2,000 Naira, $5 US, and all of the proceeds, all the net proceeds, go to help all these organizations from Nigeria to America. So thank you so much. Have a beautiful and blessed day, and we'll see you real soon.
Thank you, Tess. To have a beautiful day. Bye.